The Finn is a one-man centreboard dinghy and an Olympic classic for over 50 years. Sailing the Finn is considered the purest athletic experience of world-class sailing and has been the breeding ground for some of the most famous America's Cup sailors.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. A lot of guys have been training hard. It's going to be exciting to see who've moved forwards, and I hope to go out and do the best that I can do, and hopefully that will be enough to be winning the day.
It looks like it's going to be good sailing, nice bit of breeze. Not what everyone has been thinking in the past, the 25-30 knots, but it should be medium conditions, so it should be good really.
Ben hasn't been at any of the regattas for this quadrennial. Really, he's done 3 regattas, I think, all since the last Olympics. So nothing really changes. It's the same guys, and really the show goes on.
It was a fantastic day for Greek sailor Emilios Papathanasiou in the Yellow Fleet, who worked hard to claim the bullet in race 1 before sailing away from the fleet for a clear win in race 2. The Blue Fleet saw Canadian Chris Cook start his campaign well, winning race 1, while British hopeful Ed Wright picked up the second race win. It was a difficult day for the Finn fleet after a slow start with light winds and the breeze built to 25 knots by the end of the first race. Defending champion Jonas Hol Christensen from Denmark continued to display his trademark consistency to top the leaderboard after adding another second to his 3-2 score from the first day. Race 4 looked likely to be fast and furious, but unstable winds forced the race committee to abandon. At the end of the qualification series, it is Emilios Papathanasiou from Greece who leads. After 5 races, only 6 points separate the top 7 sailors, and with Gold Fleet the Laser has been called the world's premier one-man racing sailboat. With 150,000 lasers sailing in 85 countries, this boat has motivated more sailors and is responsible for attracting more people to sailing than any other yacht.
Basically the top guys are always there. I'm not afraid of anyone, so the best sailor here will be the world champion.
It's going to take a really all-round sailor to win here, I think.
Basically got to beat Michael Blackburn. This is all year we've been fighting for the Olympic spot, and basically we haven't been able to be separated yet. So if I can get a few positions in between us here, then hopefully I'll get the nod for Beijing.
150 sailors from 59 nations were split into 3 groups. Out on course 5, conditions were tricky, and many of the class favourites posted high scores, including Tom Slingsby and Gustavo Lima. 2 second-place finishes for Croatian Mate Aprahov was easily the most solid performance. The second day of racing brought the fleet closer inshore with flatter water, but a building breeze and short chop. Thomas Le Breton from France had another outstanding day, picking up his first win in the championships. Day 3 of racing was all about the Australians, defending champion Michael Blackburn and Tom Slingsby. 2 bullets for Slingsby puts him very comfortably into the lead, while Blackburn had his best day with a first and third to guarantee his place in the Gold Fleet. The Laser Radial is the Laser Standard's little sister. Both classes use the same hull, but the women have a smaller rig than the men.
Just another event. I'm gonna just take it one race at a time and not let nerves or pressure or anything get to me. I'm just gonna go out and have fun.
I'm very excited that it's finally starting. I'm waiting a long time for the Worlds to start. I feel like I'm ready. I think if I can continue the way I've been sailing the last months and the last regattas, I can make a very good result.
Excited, that there's actually a good breeze and it's going to be a fun day.
Defending champion Lisa Yu from China stated her claim on the 2007 title by claiming 2 bullets from the first 2 races and never looked troubled by the shifty conditions. Israel's Nufar Eidelman was the surprise performer of the day, finishing 4th and 2nd. Day 2 for the radials got underway in just 10 knots on course 1. European champion Evie van Acker picked up her first bullet of the championship, along with Sari Multala, whilst Anna Tunnicliffe pinched a first place slot from Lisa Yu, who continued to shine in the yellow fleet. At the end of day 3, Lisa Yu from China and Tania alias Colors Wolf were on equal points after the Mexican had a fantastic day by winning 2 races.
I still have a long way to go, so I think the most important thing is to improve my skills and be sure that I can sail as good as this race in the next few regattas, no matter in the strong wind or light conditions.
I'm really happy with my results so far because I think so far it's my best regatta ever and it's the World Championship, so it's very important. I hope I'll keep going like this. Right now I think I'm around 4th overall, which is really good for me. I did some really good results, some were a bit less good, but if I keep it that way, it's fine with me.
The Star Class, the 22-foot open keel boat, has a highly fragile and ultra-sensitive rig which needs the constant attention of the 2-man crew. Many of the world's top sailors, past and present, have sailed in the Star Class.
We came here early, we trained 2 weeks, everything's ready, so it's blowing a lot, which we like. So hopefully we can have a consistent series.
No, I didn't have time to practice, neither to rest between Volvo and America's Cup, neither between America's Cup and this, so it's kind of hard.
I think it's going to be tough, but most of the sailors, I think everyone will enjoy it.
The grey conditions continued for the start of the first Star races, who were split into 2 fleets. Olympic and world champions jostled for the best spot on the starting line before the gun. After the first day of racing, the defending champions, Hamish Pepper and Carl Williams led, tied on points with 2005 champions Xavier Rohard and Pascal Rambiel, after both posted a 3rd and a 1st results.
We are happy. The first race was a bit difficult because we were lacking of speed upwind. We had a problem during the measurements and we had to change the settings of the mast. So it takes us one race to, and on the second one we just went away and just controlled the race.
The other race victories went to Ian Percy and Mateusz Kuznowicz, although Mateusz had a collision in race 2.
Collision with the Austrian team. On the start we couldn't squeeze in between the committee boat and them, so everyone was collapsing, and he collapsed on one boat, we collapsed on him, and so we were guilty. We had to turn 2 circles. We lost a lot. It was funny because we were laughing on the boat with Dominic. He said, "Oh, Matthias, we were leading the first race on the top mark and now we are last on the top mark." And we were actually, but we never give up.
In races 3 and 4, the French team of Rohard and Rambiel had a near-perfect day with a 1st and 2nd. Laser legend Robert Scheidt and Bruno Prada were hot on their heels. After races 5 and 6, all the favourites were comfortable at the top of the leaderboard and qualified for the Gold Fleet. The championship started with shifty and challenging conditions out on course 4 and saw some different teams holding the top positions for a change. German team Tino and Nico Mittelmeier masterfully played the shifts to take the first bullet of the championships. Not a great start for some of the top guns. Defending world champions Australian Darren Bundock and Glenn Ashby finished 19th in both their first races. At the end of race 4, Carolyn Brewer and Sebastian Godfroy had taken the overall lead after placing consistently in the top 10. As the wins picked up on their third day of racing, Mitch Booth and Tim Nieuwenhuis lived up to their reputation as strong win specialists by winning race 5. The French teams dominated race 6, but Fernando Echevarri and Anton Paz from Spain had the best day and took the overall lead. Due to bad weather conditions, 2 tornado races were cancelled, so races 7 and 8 decided who was in the medal race. Race 7 saw Jordanis Pachidas and Trigonis Constantinas take the bullet, followed by Darren Bundick and Glenn Ashby. In race 8, Antonio Rivas and Fabian Escud won, followed by Mitch Booth. All the top guns have made it through to the medal race, but the big surprise was that Roman Hagara and Hans-Peter Steinhager were knocked. They've faced some major challenges from the conditions, but there's no surprise that triple Olympic medalist Alessandra Cincini is topping the lead on the water. It's all about the stars from Poland in the men's RSX, and there's little to separate the top guys. 49ers, the high-speed machines, have some interesting sailing, and true to form, the British European champions Stevie Morrison and Ben Rhodes are setting the pace. .470 men. Tricky conditions for the men's 470 fleet were handled masterfully by Matthias Buller and Marcos Lamas from Argentina. Chasing them hard are Nathan Wilmot and Malcolm Page. 470 women, Australians Elise Richichi and Tessa Parkinson had a near perfect start to their bid for the title, winning the first race and leading the fleet. The Yinling, which means youngster, was developed in 1967. It was designed for a crew of 3 and an optimal overall weight between 400 to 500 pounds and make it suitable as a 3-person women's keelboat.
We knew that we are one of the best crews, but we have to know that everyone is really prepared and we will try to do our best.
We've had a tricky season, we've had real ups and downs, and I think it's all just started to come together in the last few weeks, and we feel pretty confident, we feel pretty fast.
You feel the tension on the harbour, so it's exciting and I'm very happy to be a part of it.
The first day of racing and the British team stole the show. Athens gold medalist Shirley Robertson answered her critics by claiming the first race win ahead of her former teammate Sarah Ayton. Victory in race 2 went to Sharon Ferris, Raina Smeal and Shandy Buckley from New Zealand, who finished the day in 3rd behind the Brits. Day 2 on course 4 was another challenging day, but there was no question of the star of the day. 2005 world champions Sally Barker, Carrie Howe and Debbie Capozzi laid down their challenge with 2 bullets and climbed to 2nd overall between 8 and 8. It was a late start for the Yinlings on day 3 as they started racing on course 5. Mandy Mulder and her team from the Netherlands made the best of it to take the bullet in the first race of the day, closely followed by 2nd place in race 6. Sharon Ferris picked up their 2nd bullet of the championship, but it's the British teams who top the leaderboard as they begin their final series tomorrow.